Ladies and gentlemen, Nemesis Sub-Terra over at Alton Towers Resort is finally testing. Join me for this very exciting news update from Alton Towers, all to do with Nemesis Sub-Terra, and it's near to confirmation that this ride will be returning this season. So with all that said, let's get straight into the video and check out all of the exciting updates to do with Nemesis Sub-Terra. Nemesis Sub-Terra opened in the year 2012 and closed back in 2015, and in the 2022 season, there were so many rumours going about that this drop tower ride would reopen this season at Alton Towers, and I tell you what, it's looking even more likely than ever right now because of all the updates that's happening over at that site, and that's only reinforced with the most recent update, and that is that the screens outside the lifts that you head into are testing, and they're not just being turned on, but they've got the Nemesis Sub-Terra pre-show video playing. Now, if this isn't confirmation that this ride is returning in some shape or form this season, then I really don't know what will be. It's the same pre-show video that was playing back in 2012, between the years 2012 and 15, when Nemesis Sub-Terra was operating, and it's been testing with audio and everything, and essentially this is like the pre-show before you then head into the lift of the ride, and it takes you down to see this egg. Of course, Nemesis Sub-Terra only operated between 2012 and 2015, so only a few years of operation, so it'd be silly really to just throw Nemesis Sub-Terra away. Some other updates are spotted while over at Nemesis Sub-Terra. The height board was left into sort of the batching area. Of course, when Nemesis Sub-Terra did open in 2012, it had a 1.4 meter height restriction. I reckon we'll see that when it does open later this season. I don't see any reason for Alton Towers changing the height restriction, unless of course they wanted to broaden out Nemesis Sub-Terra to more younger audiences. The height board had all the Nemesis Sub-Terra branding on. At this point, it's pretty much Alton Towers teasing us. They'll probably like, let's put the hype board out there to get enthusiasts excited. Alongside that, a Phalanx operator was standing outside of the ride, and if you asked him what's going on with Sub-Terra, he'd just say no further information at this time. All very interesting. Of course, Phalanx are the people all to do with Nemesis Sub-Terra and who are currently investigating Nemesis. Alongside that, there were, by the entrance as well, there were also these newly installed speakers. At this point, it's pretty much, you know, out there that Nemesis Sub-Terra will be returning in some shape or form this season. Also, there was loads of building material, brooms, concrete, stuff like that, all just piled up outside the batching area. I mean, it's looking very likely. Of course, when Nemesis Sub-Terra did close, Alton Towers used the building for Project 42, which was a scare maze attraction during Scarefest. However, they actually closed off the drop towers and put like a board over the actual ride vehicles. So we do know that the ride drop towers are still in there. Essentially, how this ride is set up, you've got 4 different drop towers on each side of this square inside, basically. You've got the egg in the middle, and then 4 drop towers, 4 rows, and then you all sit in the rows, and then you drop down into another layer where the other egg is, and it's cracked open, and then you go back up. It's an ABC drop ride, similar to the ones over at the dungeons that Merlin own as well. So it's not the most intense ride. However, it's more about the experience of going in, the eggs, and the overall story that Nemesis Sub-Terra does provide. I never actually rode it myself. However, my mum did ride it, and she said she quite enjoyed it. They had a little scare maze section at the end as well. So overall, it's a decent ride, and Alton Towers really need to get this open because of the flat ride situation they're in. Currently, they don't have a lot of flat rides. They're having to bring in the Retro Squad, which is a funfair set of rides at Alton Towers currently. I've got so many videos on the Retro Squad, so do go and check those out. With Nemesis Sub-Terra opening, it means that queues are going to be more spread out around the resort, meaning that rollercoaster queues are less for guests, which is fantastic really, so there's no reason not to open Sub-Terra. I can't wait to see when it does. I really firmly believe that it's coming back. It's got to be coming back, and if it doesn't, I'll eat my hat, because honestly, this is coming back in some shape or form this season. When do I think it'll open? Well, there's of course no been confirmation of when Nemesis Sub-Terra will open. However, I'm expecting it to be either summer or towards a part of the season that's not too busy for Alton Towers in order to get people in. However, I was speaking to someone at Alton Towers Resort, and they said it's just going to open on a random day, so that'll be interesting. Of course, when it does open, and if it does open, we'll be down there on opening day to check out Nemesis Sub-Terra. But there we go, Nemesis Sub-Terra testing over at Alton Towers Resort. It's very exciting. If you've never seen the Nemesis Sub-Terra pre-show, I'll put the pre-show video at the end of this video, so stick around because I'll put it there. But with all that said, if you did enjoy this video, do consider subscribing. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you excited to see it return? Will it return with the same height restriction? Were you a fan of it when it was open? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. But with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
For decades, Phalanx has been delivering tactical security to sensitive research locations across the world. It has access to the latest satellite tracking technologies and boasts a 48-hour response time to any location on the globe. Phalanx is authorized by most international governments to use any reasonable force to achieve its objectives. The facility you are about to enter is one of Phalanx's most recent acquisitions, and potentially its most exciting. Phalanx was deployed to this location when excavations near the long-established Nemesis site revealed hidden cave systems extending for several kilometers below ground. Recent discoveries at this site have prompted Phalanx to upgrade its security status to Category 1. These discoveries represent an astonishing research opportunity for this and future generations. Safe access is now guaranteed for both scientific personnel and civilian visitors.
Access to the Nemesis Historical Archive has been authorized. Please be aware that all information held on the Phalanx database is regulated by international data protection protocols.
The original Nemesis files vanished under mysterious circumstances, but copies exist and Phalanx operatives are resourceful. The images you are seeing prove that even when the Nemesis site was first exposed back in 1994, all was not as it seemed.
The area you are about to enter is an extension of the original excavation, as detailed in the Nemesis archives. For your own safety, you must obey all instructions given to you by the Phalanx operatives. Due to the magnetic resonance of recently exposed underground structures, it is important that civilians leave all baggage at the surface before descending underground.
The Phalanx survey team are documenting the system of caves lying beneath the Nemesis site. Approximately 27 kilometers of tunnel have been explored and mapped. A growing catalogue of scientific discoveries is now stored in this facility's central core. The most significant of these finds has been made accessible to the public. Please remember to obey all safety instructions during your visit to the core. All hazardous material has been made safe for civilian viewing.